So it's Halachah number 11. It is tremendous advantage for a person to derive his livelihood from his own efforts, and doing so is an attribute, and doing so is an attribute attribute possessed by the pious of the early generations. In this manner, one will merit all honor and benefit of his in this world and in the world to come. As Psalms 128:2 states, if you eat the toil of your hands, you will be happy and it will be good for you. You will be happy in this world and it will be good for you in the world to come, which are the entirely good. Okay, so let's do it with the commentaries. So as we know, a person has to treasure the fruits of his hands, like we know about Yaakov Avinu, right? When the story when he encountered the angel of the Esav, right? So he returned back on another side of the river. Why? So Rashi explains when he forgot some utensils, small jugs, like clay, like nobody would risk like to cross the river at night to give a few of these cheap jugs, right? So he said no, because whatever this holy man, this righteous man earned, like with honest work, yeah, it's a precious to him. And that's how we have to look at our money. Whatever we do, don't squander the money. Of course, give tzedakah, don't be cheap, but don't like throw out the money for on all of these crazy things. Okay. So continue. From the beginning of his commentaries. It is a tremendous advantage for a person to derive his livelihood from his own efforts, 68, and not from charity, as we said. Right? Not from charity, and doing so is an attribute possessed by the pious of the early generations, right? So work and be happy with what you get. Among the examples of the sages' work as a craftsman mentioned in Talmud are Rav Huna, drawer of the water. Can you imagine Rav Huna, drawer of the water? In Ksubas 105a. Rabbi Meir, barber, Eruvin 13a, Rabbi Yehuda, a porter, Nedarim 49b, Rav Yosef, a miller, Rav Sheshes, a porter, Gittin 67b. I think Rav Sheshes was blind. I'm not sure how he was able to be a porter. Okay. Continue. Okay, so basically all of these great people, they derive benefit from their own work. Okay. In this manner, one will merit all honor and benefit of this world. All honor, commentary. One of the rationales given by many of the rabbis who permit scholars to derive benefit from their studies is that performing manual work will cheapen the common man's appreciation of them, and thus minimize the honor given to the Torah. So that's as they say, it's one of the main points. So the people would respect Torah less because of this rabbi, right? He does this manual work. He digs ditches, whatever he does, right? Rambam, see the commentary to the Mishnah, holds the very opposite, right? The common people will respect a person who honestly earns his livelihood and will look down on a person who derives an income from charity. I mean, of course, it's not such an easy thing. I mean, it's of course on once Rabbi said that they're going to respect the Torah less. Rambam said no. Actually, these people say, yeah, this rabbi is like me, and he would be like right. So he's a normal person, right? And what they call, I like when they call people rabbis normal people, right? And they maybe they're going to respect him more. But I would say they would not learn from him more. So all of these rabbis says, I had this conversation with some people, so they like to play basketball with teenagers and this and that, and they say, yeah, that's I'm their boy. They call him by the first name, and he's this and he's that. But I tell them they're not going to listen to you. That's the issue. Okay, they're listening, but are they going to? What is it?
That's the important part. A very important part is not having respect and fear, which people don't understand these things in today's generation. Yeah.
So I mean, they just treat this rabbi just as their boy. They can push him, right? They playing basketball, whatever. They playing paintball. So one of my students. So he said, "Am I allowed to go to play in paintball?" I said, "Of course not, right? Because you can give a bruise to another Jew, right? Simply." Right, of course, they expect that you. But of course, on one hand, he expected to be hit on one hand, right? But on the other hand, that's not what he wanted, right? He thinks when he signs up for this paintball that he would never get hit, right? That's I think it's on everybody's mind. But now you bruise him 7 times. Guess what? Now you'll be in big trouble. But he's a younger guy, but has this. I don't know, knowledge, not knowledge, but common sense, and asked this question. Of course, I did not know that he was going there, but he asked just on time. Baruch HaShem. So okay, so the bottom line, so respect, just because he's trying to be like them, they're not going to take his advice or like as authoritative, right? So just my friend Shmulik told me, and then this Rabbi Avi told me. So what is the difference, Shmulik or Avi, right? Even though, right, that's the issue. So that's what sages tried to say. That's what's going to come to, and Rambam said no, opposite. Okay, but of course we have to take into consideration the generation that we live in, right? And also. And respect for the rabbis in that time, and respect to the rabbis today. So you cannot even compare. 70. Continue. So let me actually read the sentence from the beginning. In this manner, one will merit all honor. Okay, we just commented, and benefit in this world and in the world to come. In this world, commented, there is God will grant him blessing, and he will be able to earn a respectable income through his efforts. So of course, as we know, all of the income is decided on Rosh Hashanah, and HaShem does not need exactly to be you in this profession, this field or that field to make you parnasa, to make your livelihood. I mean, he can give you enough, right? It does not mean a lot, but at least enough, right? In Hilchot Teshuvah 9.1, Rambam elaborates on how God will grant material blessing to a person who dedicates himself to Torah and mitzvahs. This blessing will in turn afford him opportunity of continued increasing in service of God. So just to remind us what Rambam said there, if I remember correctly, so he said that all of these material benefits that person who is learning Torah and observing mitzvah, it's not a payment. It's not a payment of HaShem, like he does this mitzvah and here we go the payment. No, it's an opportunity to do another mitzvah. So otherwise, like a person likes to learn Torah. So but he cannot because of all of the pressure. So HaShem takes this pressure off, right? In order for the person to learn more Torah, to do other mitzvahs, to give tzedakah. So it's worth it for HaShem to give that person, this diligent person, to give him 90%, 85%, because he knows that this person is going to give 15% to the right causes. It's a mitzvah. So, and it's not a payment. It has nothing to do with a payment. It's as Rambam explained there, if I remember correctly. So one mitzvah brings another mitzvah, and that's it. So it's opportunity for you to do more. That's it. to do the next mitzvah. It has nothing to do with the payment. So the person is not losing by this by this money. Okay, so it and benefits in this world and the world to come. 72. Though the person will also realize benefit in this world, the principle remains in the world to come. As it says, pay one once, Hilchot Shiur. So as we said, the principle will be in the world to come for all of the mitzvahs, for all of the Torah, because this world, as Rambam explained us, is not enough to pay us for the smallest mitzvah. Right? So all this money, all this, when HaShem is taking care of all of our struggles and remove our struggles, so we have to run and do even more, because that's the only reason he removes some disease from people and stuff like that. So I have a person report to me this morning. I said, "How are you?" He had corona, this and that. He said, "Absolutely, I'm good. I'm great. Unbelievable." So the whole group were dedicating to his refuah shlema a few classes, and you see the outcome. Baruch Hashem. And of course, he said, "I want to learn more." Right? And he got better, and of course, he was learning when he attended all of the classes when he was sick, and after he recovered, he said, "I want to take up on myself even more." Baruch Hashem. If you eat toil, so continue, as it said in Psalms 128:2, if you eat the toil of your hands, you will be happy and it will be good for you. Toil of your hands, commentary. On this verse, Rabbi commented, the toil of your hands and not the toil of your heads. Very interesting, right? Toil of your hands and not of your heads, right? Toil with your hands. When a person works with his hands, his mind is free to think about Torah. Very interesting, right? When he returns home, he may be physically tired, but he has no pressure from the business. Very interesting. In a contrast, those professions involve mental effort have more difficulty diverting their attention from the matters from these matters to the Torah. So if somebody works with his hand, he's in construction. He lays tiles, whatever he does, right? So he works with his hands. So the mind is free to learn Torah, right? But if he's in real estate, let's say, and he always thinks about this customer, about these houses, apartments, stuff like that. So of course he's not so free. His mind is not so free and continue working constantly. And there is no room for the Torah. And I see in the camera, so the person speaks out. He cannot concentrate. Unfortunately, great mind, but too much on his mind, and they think that Parnassah depends on them. That's Torah is not going in, unfortunately. Continue. You will be happy in this world, and it will be good for you in the world to come, which is entirely good.